The idea of myths coming true has always fascinated us, but has this ever happened? Have people ever captured the legendary beasts, or is it all just an illusion? The answers to these long-asked questions lie in this video.
Oh my god!
From creatures that appear magical to encounters that are hard to believe.
Go, go, go, go, go, go, go, go, go, go!
Hang on for the videos that shocked everyone. Troll in the Woods. This man's worst nightmare became a real-life experience for him. A Norwegian man was hiking in the mountains and videotaping himself when he realized that he might not be all alone in the wilderness. He saw a gigantic figure standing in the background when he moved the camera. The giant was standing as if it was ready to take down the man. The huge anomaly looked like a giant bear. It was covered in thick black fur. But then, the worst happened. The beast started to chase the man and ran after him. The monster's feet thumped on the ground. It growled and terrorized the man. Scared for his life, the guy left his camera in the wilderness, and that made the troll stop chasing the poor guy and pick up the camera instead, only to smash it with one hit. Baby Chewbacca?
Where the hell did you find that thing?
Pets often bring odd things home, but this man's dog brought back one of the strangest creatures. His dog returned with a strange, doll-like figure. It looked like a tiny human skeleton with long hair. Even more bizarre, there was a ring-like object on its head, resembling a crown. The man immediately thought it could be a little person. So, could this be the skeleton of a duende or some other mythical creature? Share your thoughts in the comments.
The man? Why don't you bring home rats instead?
Glowing creature. In the dark of the night, this person saw some kind of a glowing creature that was sitting on top of an electricity pole. It looked like a huge bird with mighty wings. Later identified as the mythological creature, Phoenix. This bird looked like its body was made with fire. It was shining bright in the pitch-black darkness and looked fierce. The bird-like mythological anomaly then fluttered its fiery wings and flew high above in the sky and disappeared into the darkness. So, Phoenix really do exit then? Or just another trick? Banyu. In the dark of the night, a strange creature was seen lurking in the deep waters. The unidentifiable entity looked like a demonic goat or a mythological monster as it came up to the surface. The creature looked like it had no nose and only had long tentacles. It kept bobbing up its head from the water to look around. Perhaps to hunt for a prey, or maybe terrify others. At last, it came on the deck, grabbed the meal, and went back to its hideout. What was it exactly? No one knows for sure. Oddity in the mountains.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
In Turkey, two pals were reportedly driving home when something strange appeared in front of their eyes. As they were crossing their way through a remote mountain road, a strange humanoid figure appeared standing right in front of their car. The creepy creature blocked their path and seemed to be moving towards them. It looked like the creature was walking like a penguin, but its sheer size made it cover the distance in no time. The scary sight was enough to terrify the poor lads as they decided to run for their life, never to disturb whatever lurked in the woods that day, and never to take that road again.
İnsan bu ya. İnsan üstüne geliyor.
Fairy-like insect. Do you believe in fairies? If not, then this next encounter will surely renew your faith in these magical creatures. This guy was lucky enough to come across this strange little creature. At first, it looked like a dragonfly, but it was far from normal. The odd entity had a green-colored body, along with a beautiful set of wings that showed dark colors when they fluttered. The creature was so strange that it looked otherworldly due to its shape and size. It had the body of a flying insect, but its wings made it look like a figure from fairyland. Was it really a fairy, or some other insect species waiting to be discovered? Serpent dragons. Somewhere in India, a person came across an unusual snake. It looked less like a snake and more like a dragon, as its body resembled the slithering animal, but its head was just like a dragon's. The weird creature was standing like a cobra, possibly looking for prey when the man caught it from afar. In another video, the camera captured a mutant snake, or maybe an actual dragon. This snake-like creature was moving like the reptile underwater, but it had scary horns and spikes all over its body. So is it true that these mythical creatures are coming back to life and slowly taking over? Rake.
Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is that a bug? What is that?
Two friends were out for a night drive that took them to the fields. Suddenly, the men noticed something strange in the distance. When one of the guys took out his phone to record, he was shocked. There was a creepy creature. It looked like a cryptid that was tall and slim, with long legs and arms. But its arms were unusual and had pointy edges that resembled a knife. The strange creature noticed that the two men were recording it, and then charged at them. Thankfully, they escaped unharmed and left the terrifying creature in the dark.
Dude, that's not a bug, dude. That's not. Dude, go.
Troll. If you had trouble believing in the existence of trolls, you better watch this clip then. In a strange and rare occurrence, this mythical monster was captured on camera. With its huge size and body all covered in dark hair, it terrified anything that came in its way. This odd entity was videotaped in the dark as it took big steps towards the one who was recording. And while these creeps tend to stay out of human sight and reside in the darkest corners of the wilderness, they sometimes come out of hiding and knock out those who disrupt their peace. The creepy humanoid. A group of men were shocked to find a mysterious creature lurking in the dark. The monster had been hiding in an abandoned building somewhere in the fields. It fit the description of a rake, the nightmarish creature known for preying on people at night. It was pale in color, with a hairless body. The creepy humanoid had long limbs and eyes that shone brightly in the dark. Sitting on the roof, the creature clearly gave a warning to the group to stay away from the building. So they did, and returned to their camps immediately. Good for them that this rake was merciful in nature. Chupacabra. Did these people finally catch the infamous mythological creature that haunted American folklore? A creature that used to lurk in the caves and mountains, but was now finally captured on camera in broad daylight. It had the body of a four-legged animal and the head of a mountain goat. Its two black horns looked terrifying. This strange creature was put on a leash by the two men that caught it. It looked like they were going to keep it. However, no further details about the mysterious creature were revealed after that. So, what was it exactly? Furry monster. When you think of birds, you imagine something small and cute, but this one was different. A strange species of vulture was captured on camera, leaving people in awe and concern. This bird was much larger than typical vultures and had a thick coat of fur. It was an Indian condor, showing off its massive wings as it flapped them proudly. Despite its size, the bird seemed friendly, happily accepting food from the crowd, making it surprisingly likable to everyone around. Giant caterpillar. Initially, it looked like a giant caterpillar. However, this odd creature had a rather weird anatomy. The unusual caterpillar had dull colors covering its body and green patterns covering its back. Its head looked as if it was swollen. The weird creature looked even scarier when an orange-colored fork tongue came out of its mouth. When the person got a little closer to the creature that was slithering on the ground, it kind of hissed and tried to defend itself. So he left it alone then. Good for him. As the Griffin. In one of the videos, a man seemed to be recording from the top of a building when he noticed something unusual in the air. The huge mythological monster, identified as the Griffin. The gigantic creature was sitting on top of a building before flying in the air and then vanished. Was this the proof that the mythological creature, especially the Griffin, still exists? Or was it just another hoax? Nightcrawlers. After watching this, you might start believing in aliens, or perhaps the Nightcrawlers. In this footage, a strange figure was seen walking down the slope. What was truly odd about this being was that it was white in color and had a weird body. It had 2 long legs that were slender along with a round head, and had no eyes and even arms. In another video, this same entity was captured in a residential neighborhood. The anomaly could be seen hopping on the front porches of the houses when one of the cameras recorded it. No one knows what these creatures were and what were they doing here. Strange sighting. Exactly what did this person capture on camera? No one knows, but looks like another strange sighting telling us that the universe hides many secrets. A bunch of people were at the ruins of ancient buildings when something unsettling happened. High above one of the towers, there was an unusual entity in the air. At first, it looked like a huge hawk, but then it looked more like a human being. Maybe it was the Mothman or something else entirely.
Coming back now.
Phoenix. A man in China came across this spectacular scene and, lucky for us, decided to videotape it. High above in the mountains, there were some odd creatures flying. That caught his attention. There were 2 or 3 up in the air. These strange creatures had huge white wings resembling a big bird. It had white feathers covering its entire body. In one glimpse, it seemed that the creature even had red and black spots on its head. Seen from a distance, these creatures looked breathtakingly beautiful though. Gargoyle. This man was on a plane when something spectacular caught his eye. His camera was capturing the beautiful clouds that blocked the sunshine behind, when suddenly 2 strange figures appeared out of nowhere. These creatures looked like they had a human being's body, and while their bodies looked normal, they had huge wings that were abnormal in size. The unusual creatures were flying upwards in the air. Whatever these things were, they kept fluttering their gigantic wings and flew around without a care in the world, having no clue. They were scaring everyone who saw them. Big Nako. These people could not believe their luck that they were lucky enough to encounter and videotape the famous Japanese folklore creature, Big Nako. This centuries-old creature is also known as Monster Cat, all due to its one of strange abilities, shape-shifting. Yep, it can take the shape of a human, another cat, and sometimes even their own masters to trick the people. This supernatural animal looks almost identical to an ordinary house cat, but they're far from normal. One of the reasons why people fear them. So, beware next time you come across a similar house cat and get tricked. Baby Mermaid. Was this a deformed fish or a baby mermaid caught in real life? This person caught what seemed like a mythical creature. It had a human-like upper body, but a fishtail. The body of this strange sea creature was colored and had stripes like a tiger, with pointy ears, just like an elf. The scary part about it were its fins though. They looked pretty scary. The way this sea anomaly laid motionless on the fishing net, it definitely had expired above water. Do you think that was really a mermaid, or was it something else entirely? Mythological monster.
Yeah. Then we go first.
In a strange and rare occurrence, a mythological monster was seen trying to hide from human sight, but one person managed to capture it on camera. This unidentifiable creature looked like a demon goat. It was pitch black in color and had 2 huge horns. It almost looked like an otherworldly creature that had escaped the gates of the underworld. Although the weird creature was trying to hide, it occasionally poked its head out to see whether anyone was looking for it or not.
Yeah. Then we go first.
Was it being playful or just getting ready to pounce? You tell me. Naga. While some people think there are undiscovered animals hiding in the forests, there are those who also believe that mythological creatures hide there as well. The proof of this came from this guy. In this encounter, he recorded a mythological creature from a distance having half man, half snake features. This strange serpent-like creature was as huge as a dragon and had a long body but a short, human-like torso. Scared to get any closer to this weird creature, the person recorded it from far away, which was a good call, cause who knows what might have happened. Hod IG. After realizing they weren't all alone deep into this part of the woods, this group began to record the strange entity hidden behind trees. This gigantic creature looked anything but normal. It had a gray-colored body with scales covering its entire back, just like a dragon. It was humongous in size, even from a distance. Scared, the man did not dare try to capture the mythical beast from a close angle, but even this much enough to make people wonder about what lurks in these woods, and for how long would they be willing to stay there? Incan Yamba. Did this person manage to capture the notorious mythological creature Incan Yamba on camera? Or was this a real-life dragon somewhere in the mountains? A man encountered the scariest of the creatures. This weird animal was lifeless though. It looked like a wild mammal at first, with a huge, thick tail that had an arrow-like shape at the end, along with pointy claws. Its neck was long, and it had big wings with huge horns on its head that made it even scarier. The monster had a full set of sharp, pointy teeth that were a terrible sight. Although the creature resembled the mythical monster Incan Yamba, was it really that creature? Or was this a fabled dragon? And more importantly, how did it end up here? All these questions and no answers. Deep sea monster. Did this camera capture one of the most famous sea dragon cryptids, the notorious Nessie of the North Sea? Let's find out. In the deep murky waters, the cameras captured a monstrous creature that looked like a giant snake. This mutant snake had multiple strings coming out from all over its body, but its mouth was the most horrifying thing to look at. The mythological creature had a full set of sharp, pointy teeth that could devour anything. The sea snake kept widening its mouth to show how big of a prey it can hunt, and that was one scary sight. Bigfoot. Somewhere in the world, deep in the wilderness, a person recorded the most terrifying creature walking around. The monster was huge in size and looked beastly. It was covered in thick black hair and looked like a bear was walking on its hind legs. The gigantic creature, otherwise known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch, rarely makes an appearance and lives in the darkest part of the mountains or woods. The person recorded this strange creature in the mountains, which were covered in snow. There were big trees around it, but the thing was so big that the trees looked tiny in front of it. After a while, it disappeared into the woods, never to be seen again. Slender Man. This scary sighting of the Slender Man will definitely send shivers down your spine. On one cloudy day, this creepy creature was captured wandering the fields. It kept looking down as it walked and took slow, deliberate steps. The terrifying creature was extremely thin and tall. Its arms and legs were super slim, and the torso was as thin as paper. The strangest thing, it appeared to be dressed to the nines though, and was seen in a black suit. It kept walking straight and did not seem to be bothered by its eerie surroundings. Luckily for the person, this unsettling figure did not spot them in the vast fields. Black figure.
Creeping me out. I lived here.
Deep into the wilderness, there are many creepy things lurking in the dark, but this man caught something truly unsettling. Standing behind the trees and a fence, the man zoomed in and captured an odd scene. An unidentifiable creature stood motionless and did not seem to react. Its silhouette looked pitch black, despite being captured in daylight. It looked as if the creature had something on top of its head. While it resembled a human being from a distance, the truth still remains a mystery.
Never seen that shape before right there.
Sigman. Did these people finally catch the mythological creature called Sigman on camera? The Sigman is a mythical creature from Filipino folklore, particularly prevalent in the Visayan, Mindanao, and Mindoro regions. It looked like a hybrid goat and dog with large ears and a long whip-like tail. In one of the videos, this oddity was recorded from afar and was trying to hide behind the bushes. In another, it was caught trying to crawl away into the wilderness. Lastly, this creature was locked and could be seen gnawing and chewing the steel bars. Was it really the Sigman or something else entirely? Tell us your theories down below. Mythical being? Could this creature be a hybrid animal, or could this be an undiscovered species? A person spotted something strange hiding in a drain. At first, he thought it was a large rat, but when he got closer, he was shocked. The creature looked like a rodent, but had webbed feet like a duck, with stripes across its body and wet fur. It seemed upset, and as the man tried to approach, it hissed, warning him to stay away. Clearly, feeling uneasy, the man decided it was best to leave the mutant-looking animal alone. Sea dragon. If you thought dragons only existed in the air, you're wrong. A man was fortunate enough to capture this unusual creature in the water. The oddity emerged from under a rock. It slithered like a snake and made its grand entry. Despite its small size, this mini dragon had 4 legs, a tail, and horns. That made it look like a little monster. The bright yellow creature looked a little muddy because of the murky water, I guess. Only the small size of this unusually looking creature made it less scary, but its presence was no less than an incredible sight. So, beware of its cute size. It's still a dragon, you tell us. Ogo Pogo.
Look at that.
This group was on a boat trip when they came across a legendary monster.
We saw something in the water, but it looked like a log down into the water.
The Ogo Pogo. With its majestic body swimming in the river, it created huge ripples. This made the people believe that it was no ordinary animal, but a rather mythical creature. Even experts were shocked at the evidence when they examined the image, as no animal they knew had horns like these. This made the people sure that what they captured was indeed nothing from the ordinary, but the mystery continues.
However, he does have a theory of what it could be if not the legendary lake monster Ogo Pogo.
Unicorn. Grazing in the fields, there was something white that looked otherworldly. This man's camera captured a creature resembling a well-built horse, but only one thing was odd about it: the huge horn mounted on its forehead. It was the fabled unicorn, and if you're still unsure about their presence on Earth, let me tell you that they were actually here some million years ago, with a slightly different appearance, as they were more like rhinos than horses, but this one here shocked the people yet again. Was this really a unicorn, or was this just another trick? Mutant mammal. This strange creature will leave you with questions that still remain unanswered. A man seemed to stumble upon an unidentifiable carcass. Though small in size, the creature was still creepy enough. Some believe it was a pig, as such mutations are often seen in them, while others stated that it could be a species of rodent, as they too have similar claws. But the fact that it had tied limbs made everything appear a bit more terrifying. People called it some byproduct of a scientific experiment gone wrong. And that does sound like a likely conclusion. What do you think? American mountain monster. Is it a deformed coyote or an actual folklore animal that made a shocking sighting? Nobody really knows. In the wilderness of American forests, someone took a picture of a strange, hairless creature that shocked everyone. Its gray, hairless body was a strange sight. This mythological creature had a body like that of a wolf's and pointy mouth of a snake. It also had sharp teeth and a huge mouth that could devour any animal. Most people believe this person had an encounter with the American folklore creature Chupacabra. Others believe it was a coyote that could have been fighting a disease and became hairless. However, the truth still remains a secret. Mythological serpent. Anything with horns is scary, but this creature's horns could be the scariest of them all. Somewhere in the greenery, a man captured something terrifying, a slithering animal, but it had 2 horns on its head. This mutant snake was captured moving down a slope as if it was hunting for prey. It was pitch black in color and had a thick, long body, like an anaconda's. Its horns were short, but sharp, and also black. The creature looked almost like a mythological monster that came into this world, but it vanished into the green shrubs before the man could get a closer look. Hopefully, it went back to where it came from. Wild werewolf.
Aqui no meio da mata, ó. Achei lobisomem morto.
This man got up close to something that most people would be scared of. Was it a werewolf or a wild dog? Nobody knows. This guy encountered a beastly-looking monster. It had white, sharp, and pointy teeth, and brown-colored horns.
Aqui no meio da mata, ó. Achei lobisomem morto.
The animal had thick fur covering all of its body, which made it look terrifying. The mysterious animal lay motionless on the ground and did not move despite having humans around. Whether it was in deep sleep or expired, the man was lucky to get close and capture it on camera.
Aqui no meio da mata, ó. Achei lobisomem morto.
American Beast. It was said that a creature was seen roaming around in the caves of huge mountains. However, someone got lucky when they captured the thing that lurks in the dark in broad daylight. A beast that looked like it escaped the underworld was seen trying to hide in the cave. This figure had big, black horns like a mountain goat with a nose that looked like a pig's. What's scarier was that the creature seemed like it had a human body. It looked like it was walking around and swinging its arms. Good thing it was in the remote mountains, and hopefully it stayed there, far away from us. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Are mythological creatures made up just for fun, or actually have some truth to them?
Oh my god!
This encounter might be the answer. In the UK, a bunch of kids were having fun in the backyard when they noticed something unusual. Hung on a big tree with a massive trunk, there was probably a bee's hive. But the creature that flew around was the real deal.
Oh my god!
A tiny creature that resembled a fairy was trying to get inside. It had 2 pairs of fragile wings and a body that was small and thin, almost like a real-life doll.
Oh my god!
This weird sighting left the kids shocked as they ran away, trying to get out of its sight.